Okay. That woke me up. Okay. Use, we know this, no? AUTM. I don't care what we call this, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay. Then what do? db.create collection. I'm gonna give this collection a name. Let's call it Lab8. Okay. And then next step is what? db.lab8.insert many. Of course, I will not explain any of those because it's from last week. You should not need me to explain it to you again. No console, only the shell, okay? Whatever we're doing now, you can do in the lab test only. So the interface is, you'll never use the interface. You can use it at home if you want, okay? So I give you 1 minute for everyone to do that. It took 10 seconds, no? So do that. Should not take you more than 6 times what it took me. While you are doing that, I'm gonna come here and I'll try to write the things I should have written yesterday. This is update values. So set new value, set new fixed value, increment value using multiple operators. This one is removing fields. This one is, why do I have it twice? This one is add if it does not exist, else update. This is add to array 1, add an array to array, add single item to array. It's good we have some of those. Add list of items to array, list of values. What is item? Okay, I think we're good. Let's get started. You got the tables, no? Okay, the first thing I do is db.lab8.find, because this is the guy, or this is the document I keep updating. I want to find the EID, which is equal to 2222. Okay? EID find. Okay, so this is the person we're interested to change. The format is as this, okay? db dot the collection name. So I'm gonna write it here. db dot collection name, whatever you call it, dot update many or one. Okay, I'm just gonna put one of them. Update one if it's only one, update many if it's many. Okay, then you have a curly bracket for conditions and a curly bracket for update statements. If you have array filters, you would have array filters. And if you want to say upsert, you would say upsert true. Okay? It will all make sense when we start coding, but keep this syntax in mind. Okay? Conditions, update statements. If you have array filter, you add this one. We'll talk about it later, but keep it in mind. Just remember, it's a separate curly bracket after the update statement. And if you're making sure it's an upsert kind of an update, then it's a separate curly bracket. I'll talk about what it is. What goes into update statement? Okay? I'm going to write here. There is usually an operator, okay, like $set, $unset, $enc, okay? For that particular operator, you would have field value. If you're using the same operator, our different fields, then you just continue in the same curly bracket, field value. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, if you have another operator, okay, within the same curly bracket, which is this one to this one, which was for update, you add, I need to add it again, the second operator. Okay, so let's say operator 1, operator 2. Inside that, you would have field value, field. Of course, you can have more than 2, okay? So I'm going to make it a little neat so you can see which one comes into a separate curly bracket, okay? So you can see here which ones are separate curly brackets. Your condition, your array filter, your upsert statement. All your update statement go in the same bracket, okay? You separate them by commas. We clear? Shall we start? Okay, that's the main syntax. So I'm gonna copy this here. Okay, and then we'll go through it. Okay, now let's change this guy's first name and last name. Okay, this person was in Mafia, Interpol is after him, and he's changing his name. Okay, so first I will find a guy. This one should be update 1. I'm using update 1. I will be using update 1 only because I know I'm updating only one. When you guys are updating, and it could be many documents, you use update many, okay? So condition is this, okay? The second curly bracket, I need an operator. If I want to change to a specific value, yeah, if it's 1, I want to change it to 500. If it's Asma, I want to change it to Ali. Okay? Then I use $set. What is the field I want to change? It's name.ifname. And I want to give this guy the name Asma. Okay? And then, sorry, the next field is name.mname is who's noticing something interesting? And then name.lname is Jamie. Let's call myself something else. Anna Bella. I don't know. Okay. What did you notice that is a little different? This guy, where is it? Does not have middle name. Okay? His name is Farhad Habib. There is no middle name. Will I get error or no? No. If the field exists, it updates it. If it doesn't exist, it creates it. Okay? So say Bismillah and go. I knew this will happen. 1, 2, 1, 2. Where did I get this third one from? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. It says 1 got updated, but let's make sure that it did get updated actually. That's fine. Let's see. This guy, his name is Annabella, last name is Jamie, middle name is that. Okay? Now, since he needs to do a complete change so nobody can recognize him, he wants to change. Oh, he did an operation and he changed his height too. Okay? He made himself taller, or yeah, let's make him shorter actually. Okay? To do that, we use inc. Inc is for increment. Okay? The format is the same. What is the field name? Height. What is the value I want to deduct? Let's say 5. If I am deducting a value, it's minus. Okay? You do not change inc to dic. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. If you're adding value, it's a positive number. If you're deducting a value, it's a negative number. Okay? I think we're happy. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, okay. Deducted. Okay? Yes. If you're falling behind, let me know. Okay? You're happy? It works? Better now? I made it bigger too? Okay. I move on. I forgot his name again. All right. Let's move on. Now let's make it a little more complicated. Okay? What did we say here? Let's go back to our format right here. So now we know how to add the condition. We add the condition, right? Let's say ename, EID is 2222, okay? Operator 1, now I'm gonna follow the exact same thing, okay? Operator 1 set. I'm gonna change this guy's gender to female because her name changed, yeah? And then, and what else? I change, let's just keep that, okay? No more values here. Operator 2, dollar increment. What do I want to increment? I want to add his housing or salary. Yeah, so salary.net. We want to add 20,000 to it. It's 2,000. Okay. If you have more operators, you can move on with this. Now, let's say I want to remove a field. Okay, we learned this. How do we remove a field? Comma. The operator is dollar unset. Okay, but it's the same story. Field value, field value. There is one specific thing here. The value, you leave it empty. Okay, so which field I want to remove? I want to remove date of birth because he doesn't want anybody to trace him back with his date of birth. So I'm going to remove that. And we want to remove his department for some reason. Okay, let's say projects. Yeah, I'm going to remove projects. So for you to see, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter the type of the field. Okay, and then we want to remove projects. We set it to empty. We don't have these two for now, so I'm going to remove them. Any questions? This is a nested update now, no? It takes care of this one first, then moves to this one, I put an extra curly bracket, you see? Why did I put this? It's a habit, no? When you make a mistake and you keep doing the same mistake, it becomes a habit. Okay. So, updates this one, applies this one, applies this one. That's it, okay? Who thinks I get error? But nothing got updated. Why? What happened? EID is 2222. When did this happen? And you guys are like not telling me. Update 1. Okay, now got updated. Let's make sure it got updated. I will go back to the code, okay? So, no date of birth, salary incremented, no project, all gone, okay? So let's go back to the code so you can. Any questions before I move on? No? All right. Now, let's do something interesting, okay? I'm going to copy this here because this is a different example now. We're going to copy that here, okay? All right. We did remove the field there. That's okay. Why did I copy it here? What is this? Is that what I copied from there? Here, this is what I want. Okay, we did remove field here, but that's okay. Don't go the same order, yeah, because if I remove the field here, it doesn't work there. Yeah. Now let's do something interesting, okay? Which is I'm gonna update the EID 2223. Okay? I'm gonna set a field called test, and I'm gonna add an array of items. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's enough, okay? And I'm gonna add another one called test2, and I do the same thing, okay? I do this for a reason, okay? And I'm gonna add something called P. Actually, we'll add this later, okay? Because it's gonna get a little confusing, okay? So what happens? Because now the document doesn't exist, okay? If the field doesn't exist, it creates it. Now the document doesn't exist. What's your expectation? 1, 2, 1, 2. Error, no error. Error, no error. No error, but nothing happens. No, because it cannot find the document, right? What if I want to say, if it doesn't exist, add it, insert it, yeah? Then where do I add the upsert, inside or outside? Outside, no? Then you say upsert true, okay? Now what happens? It says 1 got upserted. What does it mean? It means if I go db.lab8.find and I put here EID equals to 2223, dot find, then I find this. It got added. Okay, it was not there. Questions? You guys are very quiet today. It's either you understand everything, you don't understand anything, or you don't even care. I don't know which one, but yeah, one of those are happening, okay? What I will do now, I will add this field as well, okay, because I want to show you something. So how do I add? You guys help me now. db.lab8 update 1. I need the condition, which is EID is 2223, and I want to add something that would be $set. Okay, it's, where is this? It's a document, a field called P, which is a list of documents. Okay, we'll come back to that. There is a purpose I'm doing this. Let's do one more here, actually. Because I want to show you something. T2 is 1 and A is 2. Okay. What am I missing? 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll do the find. I make sure it's there. It's there. Okay, now. So far, we were updating what? Only fields with a specific value. Okay? But MongoDB's strength is on the arrays and the documents, no nested arrays and nested documents. So what do I do if I want to add an element? Update 1. I want to add an element where my EID is 222. I want to say $set, go to my test field. Which one? Let's go to test 2. Test 2. And I want to add number. I want to add number 5. Correct? No, correct. What happens if I do this? Thank you. It will replace it, no? Because $set changes the value. Does it find the array? Yes. It finds it and then replace the whole value with number 5. You want to try or you trust me? Let's try. There's no harm. It did not find 2222 because we don't have that guy. Okay? So find this guy. Test 5, change to 5. Okay? So let's go back to my set. And I'm going to add it again. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Ay, madre mía. Here we go. Let's find it. Make sure it is back. It is back. Okay. So that did not work. It means there is something else that has to work. The operator definitely is not set then, no? There is something called push. And then you say push this value, number 5, to the array. Okay? Now let's come here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I want to push number 4. Would it happen or no? Yes or no? If you are using $push, it will happen. If you're using $add to set, since it will consider the array as a set, and a property of a set is that nothing gets repeated in it, it will not get added because 4 already exists. Okay, but let's see. Okay, you guys always doubt my validity, so I will prove you. Got added. Now, if I use add to set, we're expecting this not to get added, no, because it already exists now. Or let's try 3, okay? Because 3 does exist too. What am I? I don't know who's removing those. I'm not touching them. Minna, what are you doing? I know it's you. Did it get added, the new 3? No. Okay, so that's the difference between push and add to set. Now I want to add more than one item. I want to add 3, 4, 6, 7, 5, 8. Which ones will get added? No. Pay attention. Last week, what happened when we just added an array directly without any operator? It did work, but it added the array as an element. You remember? You don't remember? I'll show you. What is this? One element, which is an array. Okay? So it takes it as one element because you didn't tell it that I don't want it one element. I want each element to be an element. So if I want to fix this, what do I do? What is the keyword I used? Just now, I said a specific word. I said you didn't tell it that you want to add each element as an element. Each only. So what happens now? It adds each element, but which ones gets added? Only 6, 7, and 8, right? If I want all of them to be added, I use what? Okay. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now let's see if they get added. Yes, that's how we wanted it. There was no 5. Okay. Okay, we're clear on that? If we are, I can move on. I'm going to pause now. Make sure you understand what's happening. Who's trying the codes? Because I see you guys only listening to me, thinking by listening you become geniuses, you know? That doesn't happen, yeah? By listening, nobody get anywhere. You become a good listener only. Okay? I will commend them later. For now, I just want you to have them as a reference. I'm hoping I'm only copying the ones that's working. And the other one is the same thing with a push. So I'm just gonna, it's easier to type it now and copy pasting it. Okay. Okay. These are the same thing. Yeah. Shall I remove this one to avoid confusion? It's okay. It's just an example. Okay. Just leave it for now. Okay. Now let's do something interesting. I want to go to my test array and I want to add some duplicates values. So I use push 3, 4, 8, 3, 4, 8, 3. Okay. So if I print this now, I should get a lot of 3s and 8s. And what did I do? The thing I should not. I added it to test. So this is my test. Okay, I'm gonna delete this guy. We don't want him. Let's not get confused. What do I do if I want to delete? Dollar onset. What's the field? Test2. And I want it to be empty. So okay, so we're here. We have this. Now, I want to change all the 3s to 33. I want to change the 3s to 33. Logically, how you would go about it? You would come to the array and say, find the number 3 in the array, right? So let's do that. You would come here and say, we'll leave that as is, it's okay. And you would say test should have number 3. You remember how we search an array for one value, just like any other field, right? And then what you want to do is set, no? Because you're updating one value to another, so it is a set. And what is that you're updating? Test. And you want to update this to what? 33. What happens if I do this? I'm not gonna do it because I have to recreate it, but you have to believe me when I tell you, you should under no circumstances do that if your intention is to change an element, not the whole array, okay? This will change what? The whole array to number 33. That's not what we want, no? You remember last week when we were doing greater, less than, equal, and we did element match, and I said if you want to access a specific element, you use this. What was that? No. You don't know the index. I say when you find it and you want to print what you find, you do this. $, yes, yeah? But what was the problem with that? So here, basically, what I want to say is this, right? $, means point to where I find the array. I find the number, okay? So let's put, I'll put the same thing here, so it's easier to follow. I'm gonna put this one here, okay? Right there, okay. It will come here, no? If I say find test which has 3 and then say test.$, this is where the test.$ is, no? Test.$, right? Does this move again to this one later on? Never. It will always point at the first one, right? So if I do that, $, we're expecting only one value change, right? Is that what we want to do? 33, okay? What we want to do instead is, my brain. What I want to do is I want to create an index and move this index, okay, to as many places as I find it. First of all, I need to add this here, okay? So I'm gonna say here, first element only, okay? And I come here and we'll do it for all elements. Instead of saying $, I would say $index. Now what happens? This index, for as long as there is those, will start moving, okay? But to do that, I need a specific function. I'm not talking about operators, yeah? I'm talking about function. You remember when we did upsert, did we do $upsert or without $? Why? Why nobody asked me where is the $? Because upsert is a variable, not an operator, okay? Now, in this case, we do not need an operator. We need a function that loops, finds and loops it for as long as it finds. And that operator is called array filters, okay? How do we use it? We're gonna go back here. Do you remember where we put the array filters? After, no? So here we say test X, this particular guy that I'm pointing at, I want to remember the position, Okay, so I'm going to call this index so you know that it's an index. Okay, then I have something, it's a function called array filters. Okay, what does array filters do? Array filters would have list of conditions. This could be condition 1, condition 2. Okay, for us, we have only one condition. What is my condition? Who knows what should be the condition? Exactly, where index, yeah, where the index you're pointing at. So I am array filters is inside the array. Okay, it says where the index is pointing at should be 3, right? Then I do not need this, no? Because array filter is doing the check for me. I remove that. Index is 3, test $index. So what is going to happen now? We have set test dot index equal to 33 if index, okay, automatically it goes to the test, okay, test dot index is equal to 3. This is what array filter is doing, okay? This one, this condition is array filter is checking the value at a given index, okay? So let's come here. It says test.index. What is my index? Index equal to 0, okay? Is the value at 0? Then it comes here. Is test.0 3? Test.0. Is it 3? Yes or no? It moves to the next one. Index equal to 1, right? Test.1. Is it 3? No. Then it moves to the next one. Index.2. Is it 3? 2, 2. If it is 3, then change the value. So here it becomes 33. Then what happens? It starts moving. No, it comes here. What is the index here? 3. Is this one 3? No, it moves, comes here. Is this one 3? Yes, make it 33. Move. You see what is happening now? Yes? Okay, we understand that. What is so important on your mobile? The one behind the blue shirt. What is so important in your mobile? Checking what right now? Why? Because your next class would be in the week 10 lab test. This will be. I need your full attention. I say that. Full attention. Don't make me repeat it. Okay? Full attention. That's what I need. Okay. So if we understand that, did we run it or no? No. Now let's go see what's happened. All the 3's became 33. Okay? What about an array of documents? What is the difference? Array of an element, we know how to deal with it now. Okay? What about array of document? Because each element now is a document. And each document would have fields and values. How do you access a field inside a document? How do you access first name inside name? Well, how do you think we should change this? I go to the index where I find it. This is now P. Okay? And the value is, let's say I want to change, okay. I am inside the index, okay, of the array. What do I want to change? If I do this, what changes? This whole document, no? This document becomes that, right? That's not what we want. We want to go inside and change a value of a field. Which field do I want to change? It doesn't matter. Let's say I want to change T. How do I change the code? Go to the array, go to the index, then .t, okay? And we want to change this, it doesn't matter, to 33. What's gonna happen here? Let's say I want to have a condition on A. Then how do I change that? Thank you. And let's say I want to make sure this is 2. Okay, same story. The only difference is now you need to go to a specific field. Okay, if the condition was on T, what would happen? .t. Okay, what you need to make sure this one will work, yeah, because I know this document has this array. You always need to make sure that the document, if it's update many, this will not work. You need to always make sure that this array, even for the other one, okay, that the array you're using array filters on exists in the document. Otherwise, you get an error. Okay, so P, how do I know if something exists? Exists 1, right? Thank you. Dollar exists 1. Array filters. I think we should be good to go. What did I add and not remove? Somewhere here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. What is this? And doesn't have curly brackets. Nothing got updated because, yeah, it's lowercase. And here as well, lower. Okay. Now got updated. Let's have a look because we don't trust me. Got updated. Okay. Only the T's that found it. Something interesting happened. Did you notice? If the condition is met, there's weird things happens. Yeah. If I did not see this before because I didn't have this one. If the condition is met, but T does not exist, it's adding it. Okay, just keep that in mind. And it's not that important stuff, don't worry about it. I will not give you cases that are confusing like that. Okay, that's done. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to ask me any questions you want to ask me before I move on to the next topic. Any questions? I think I'll add this one here. And this one, we're gonna make it, no questions? Is it clear, all of it? If I give you a new question, you can do it? Hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna add that one here. Because we're gonna go to a new topic altogether, okay? All right. Why? Because, I don't know. Because we have to, a lot to cover. Aggregates. What do aggregates do? Okay, aggregates db.lab8.aggregate. Okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna give you this format. Okay, comma, comma, comma. You can have as many of those as you want, and those are what? Tasks. Okay, this is, I'm gonna put it here, task. What is a task? Task has an operator, which could be dollar match, dollar, I'm gonna cover a few of them, okay? Group, dollar sort, dollar project, and the rest we'll cover next week, okay? But you can have them. Dollar unwind, dollar add fields, sort, project, group, match. Can I do dollar set? Absolutely. Dollar set was for update, no? You can use your aggregates to do updates. Yeah? All right. So this is the format of a task. It has that, okay? Followed by colon and a curly bracket. Always colon and a curly bracket. Okay? What goes inside depends on that. Depends on what you're doing. Okay? We'll come back to that. But what is interesting is, what is the input of this one? The first one. Input is the entire collection. Okay? If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, what is the input of 2? What is the input of 2? What goes inside the second bracket? Think of it like a pipe, okay? The water flows, no? If the water is coming from here at this point, yeah, it's a pipe, it's closed. Can I get the water from top there? No. Only what flows through, okay? So what's gonna be the input of the second one? The output of the first one, output of 1. And for this, output of 2. And so on, okay? I don't have to repeat this. What do I mean by that? Let's have a look. I'm gonna create some dummy table, okay? Gender, department, ID. This is not MongoDB, but I want to show you something, okay? So don't be picky. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? Here we say male, female, male, female, male, female, female. Department, we do IT, 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 and here we say HR, HR, HR. Okay? The first thing I want to do is db.lab8.aggregate, and I want to do a match, and it says $match. Inside it, I have always the field name, gender. Sorry, let's go to department, and I want the department to be IT. Okay, so this is the input, right? What's gonna happen if I print this? I see only this part. No? Do you agree with me? Yes? Now this will get fed to the next one, okay? So this is output of match becomes the input of, let's say, group by, okay? So here I would add another one, $group. How do you do group by? You always need a field. Here you need a special field called ID, okay? That field, now you need to choose which column you want to group it by, okay? Let's say I want to group by gender. Now, except for match, anything else that requires a value, you have to prefix it with a $sign. This means group it by this gender, the value. This is a value now. There is nothing called gender, okay? So I want to say go to the gender field and get the values inside of that. To do that, I need to add a $sign, okay? And if you want to count, you could count here. Count $sum1, okay? What's gonna be the output now? Output of group by. You guys help me. What is the output? Don't disappoint me. Come on. We did group by in 115. We did a lot of group bys now. First of all, you don't have department, no? And what did I call this guy? What did I call him? Okay? Those are my column names. All right. So this one I don't have, no? I don't have it anymore. Okay. What are my IDs? What are the values inside the gender? So male and female, right? Next to it, what do I have? This name, no? Whatever I call it. You call it X. It doesn't matter. Okay? So here is count. How many males do we have? Let me add, because I want to do filtering as well. Okay? 8. So now we got this guy as well. Okay, so we got 2 and 3. Okay, this will be the input for if I want to do sort, no? Let's sort it. Okay, so now here I would say comma $sort. Which field I want to sort it by? ID. Or maybe you want to sort by the count, yeah? ID would be the unique values, the count would be the numbers, whichever you want, okay? And I want it to be ascending or descending. I don't remember which one is which. Okay, so this will get sorted. -1 is ascending or descending? Descending. Oh, so 3 should come on top, no? So what is the output now, the new output? Output of sort is what? First the female, then the male, right? Then I could add another match. Can I? Absolutely. What I want to match is I want to get count, okay, greater than 2. Out of sort becomes input of match. Okay, now what happens now? What is the output of this? Only this one. Let's just be happy with that for now. Okay, but do you get the idea? When I am here, I cannot see anything else but what I get from the one on the top. I see only this one. Okay, I don't see what is in actual document. I don't see it anymore. Khalas, it's gone. Okay, imagine the water was having a gold with it, no? Then the gold goes down, no? It doesn't come with it. Then at this certain point when the water reaches you, you're not lucky. You don't have the gold anymore. Okay, you get the idea? Yes? Brilliant. Let's do some of it here. So db.lab8.aggregate will do roughly the same thing, okay? Dollar match, what do we want to find? We want to find department. I'm going to use $in because I want to find more people. It's okay. $in, okay? And then $in is always followed by a list. We say IT, HR, finance, of course, capital F, finance, okay? And maybe marketing, okay? Then on top of that, 1, 2, 3, comma. On top of this, you want to do it one by one first? Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Let's get this one first. So I get everybody who is in IT and all that, okay? We forgot one thing, which is called $project, which tells you what to see, okay? We'll do that. So here you could add this. The output of this now goes inside $project, $project. And here you would say, I want to see only DOB for whatever reason, okay? What do you see? DOB. Okay, so let's make it more meaningful actually. Why DOB? I want to see only gender. And yeah, that will do. Gender, and of course, I want to see the department now. Department 1. Okay, so I see genders and departments. This is what we got, no? On our example. All right. Now, what we want to do is to add to that. So I'm going to put each one of those a new line so you can see it's kind of a pipe, okay? Then we want to do group by dollar group. What is the special field I need to use? ID. Which one I want to group it by? Which one I grouped it by? Gender. Okay? And then I can count if you want. So count is $sum1. Okay? I made a big mistake, which is I'm pointing at it. You all gonna make this mistake. So the dollar, I missed the dollar. No? Dollar. Okay? So male is 2, female is 4. Now what do we do? What if you want to group by more than 2 items? Let's do that for fun, okay? But that's not the pipeline we're gonna create. If you have more than 2 items, after your ID, you open another curly bracket. You say, I want to group by gender, and I save it inside this variable. Then I want to group by $department and save it inside this variable. Okay? You could do that too. Now the count doesn't make sense there, no? You have to move it inside, but I will not move it inside because that's one of the tasks you guys have to solve. Okay? Let's go back to where we were. Count this. Last one is what we did. Dollar. Oh no, I do $sort separately and $match separately. $sort. Okay, and we said we want to sort it by ID -1. Got sorted. Now, last task in the pipeline is $match. Who remembers what we were matching? Count should be greater than dollar greater than 2. Of course, all this should go inside that. Fantastic. All right. Let me remove this. I did something that I don't need that. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Oops, what did I do? Of course. Okay, you get an idea, no? Good news, as you are the only batch who has half an hour to solve some of the tasks. Okay. Another good news, this doesn't have to be recorded. All right, any questions? I don't know why this batch never has questions. No questions, yeah? It's either the sleepy batch, yeah? He sleeps all the time. I see him doze a bit, wake up a bit, doze a bit, wake up a bit, yeah? It's either you guys are genius, like I'm explaining and it's getting in your brain registered, or you're extremely sleepy and you couldn't care any less, okay? Or I am a very good teacher on Thursdays morning. Yeah, I'll go for the third one. All right. No questions, that's okay. Stop.